On the show tonight, as Sasikala gets set to take over as the new Chief Minister of Tamil Nadu, we look at the potential roadblocks ahead. A crucial Supreme Court verdict on unaccounted wealth could come next week. Yes, Jayalalitha has died, but Sasikala is still accused number 2. And then there's the larger issue. Sasikala has never won an election. Is she therefore an inheritor or a usurper of Jayalalitha's legacy? And we can also tell you that just now as we speak, there are some concerns being voiced, possibly at the level of the governor, on whether or not she should be sworn in tomorrow, as some thought would have been the case. And I'm joined now by Apsara Reddy, member of the AIADMK, and Mr. TKS Elangovan, the Rajya Sabha MP of the DMK. I'd like to thank both of you very much for being with us. Apsara Reddy, what we are hearing just now is that the governor is seeking legal counsel on whether or not Sasikala can go ahead and be sworn. Is that sworn as Chief Minister? Is that what you're also hearing, that this process might take more time?
First of all, there was no official announcement of the swearing-in ceremony. There was a lot of media speculation. There was a lot of times being bandied around. I think we need to wait and watch for the official announcement of when the swearing-in ceremony would be. And if you claim to say that the governor is mulling legal options, that's a question you need to put to Raj Bhavan.
No, the reason I ask is because it reflects a sense of concern, and that concern would possibly be linked to the fact that there is an important Supreme Court verdict expected next week as far as this assets case is concerned. It is an impediment, isn't it?
As of now, there is no legal impediment stopping Madam Sasikala from becoming the Chief Minister. You can refer that to legal experts. I've been on multiple channels and panels just before your show. There is no legal hurdle for her to become the Chief Minister, even if she wanted to today.
But we are not talking about
the
today or
Supreme Court
tomorrow.
verdict that you're talking about, the DA case, I think...
The reason I ask, and I'm sorry to interrupt, is that assuming that she did become Chief Minister tomorrow.
Every case that has been foisted on our leaders, they have been acquitted.
No, I know that. I know the past history, but what I'm saying is the Supreme Court is reviewing...
And also the date for this verdict was announced much later.
The Supreme Court is looking
after her
at
election
whether the past
as a legislature
judgments
party
are valid or
leader.
not. So therefore, tomorrow, for example, or day after, if Sasikala was sworn in as Chief Minister, then wouldn't there be a great deal of political uncertainty if a week later the Supreme Court went and said that no, in fact, the case would need to be heard once again? Isn't that the concern?
We're very well aware of the legal implications of the case. But as I said earlier, all the cases that were foisted against us, we've been acquitted. We're on very firm ground. And in fact, the date of the Supreme Court, the DA case, has been announced much later, after she was elected as a legislature party leader. So I don't think it has any bearing on when she gets sworn in, because I think legally she'll come out clean.
Okay, fine. Well, you're banking on that fact. Mr. Elangovan, would you share that view that look, legally, and it is absolutely correct, legally there is nothing that stops Sasikala from being sworn in as the Chief Minister. The AIADMK seems to believe that one way or the other, the legal impediments would disappear. So why not let the process continue, is their view?
So we are not objecting to her becoming the Chief Minister, because constitutionally, legally, she can become the Chief Minister. Nothing wrong in it. What we say is that when there is the mandate was Jayalalitha's, see, people's choice, people's mandate was for Jayalalitha. But Jayalalitha's choice was open itself on earlier occasions, and he is the Chief Minister now, he is continuing. Why such sudden change in the leadership? Why can't they wait for some more time? After clearing all these things, they let them see. It is, if the ADMK government gets weakened, it is good for the DMK. Why should we unnecessarily interfere at this stage and see that something happens to make ADMK strong? No, the entire opposition of electing Sasikala as leader comes only from within the ADMK, not outside ADMK. That you should understand. You go to the cadres of ADMK and check with them.
Apsara, it's the point being made is, what sort of acceptance does Sasikala have? Maybe she's got acceptance within the party, but outside there's even a Twitter hashtag, not my Chief Minister. all right? A lot of people would say that, you know, Sasikala was by Jayalalitha's side for many, many years, but that doesn't automatically mean that she becomes Chief Minister. She's never won an election.
I don't understand how Mr. Ilangovan is assuming by himself that in some sort of way Mr. O. Pannirselvam is being undermined. It is not true. He has a place in the party, a very senior post in the party, but he himself has looked to Chinnamma for guidance and asked her to take over. He's the one who's mooted her name to be the Chief Minister. Our party is a party of strong women leaders. She's been groomed by the best. For 33 long years, she's observed government and governance and party politics. If anybody is weakened or in a weak stand, it's the DMK. Their working president who first went out and met the students got booed out. So I don't think DMK has any locus standi. They can't talk about ADMK being weakened by this. In fact, Sasikala madam has a firm support of 1.5 cadres of ADMK and the Tamil people. Social media trends don't reflect the electorate. Social media trends do not reflect the electorate as displayed in the past elections. I think all the opposition is doing right now is playing destructive politics. People can see through it.
But what was the problem with Mr. Pannirselvam? There was a headline in one of the papers in Delhi that said erratic power supply.
As I said earlier, there was no problem with Mr. Pannirselvam. He himself is looking up to Chinnamma for guidance.
But as a veteran leader, someone with electoral success in the past, somebody who knows the business of running an administration, why was it so important for him to be replaced at this stage? Why was it necessary?
So when you ask me a question, please allow me to complete.
Go ahead,
if you're going to interject after
please.
every 2 lines, I can never get my point across.
Please go ahead.
So there is no effort to undermine Mr. O. Pannirselvam's administrative capacity or his leadership qualities. But we're looking for the best leader possible, which is the unanimous choice of the legislature party and the constituency members of each MLA whose voices have been heard. And the legislature party has elected Chinnamma and the name was mooted by Mr. O. Pannirselvam. So I don't see why you're seeing a conspiracy theory or a theory to undermine him. I think all this is egged on by the opposition. We're a very united party and he himself, Mr. O. Pannirselvam himself, is looking at Chinnamma to take the party and state forward.
Mr. Ilangovan, would you like to respond to that? It is nobody else's business but the AIA DMKs to decide who they want to select.
I have been watching in various media. It is for the party to decide. It is for the MLAs to elect their leader. We are not bothered. If anybody can come as Chief Minister from AIDMK, it is not our worry. We are as an opposition, we will oppose the government if they do wrong. If they do not work for the welfare of the people, we will oppose them. That is our stand. But the reports, not only the social media, even in various interviews, the ADMK cadres themselves had stated that they do not want Chinnamma. It is within their party. The trouble, every trouble has started within the ADMK, not outside ADMK, and we have nothing to say on that. We have no role to play in the selection of the Chief Minister from ADMK.
Okay, well, Mr. Ilangovan and Apsara Reddy, I'd like to thank both of you very much for joining us. We need to move on to another debate, but tomorrow might be a crucial day once there is some sort of clarity on what the governor seeks to do next. Is he going to allow Sasikala to be sworn in as Chief Minister, or is he going to wait for that Supreme Court verdict? That really is a question that we'll get perhaps an answer to sometime tomorrow.